us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Evan Ingram.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? It's who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night. Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
First down. It's Robinson, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Both of these two teams, the Jets and Dolphins, looking to improve their rushing attack in 2020. Last year, they were the bottom 2 teams in the league in terms of rushing yards. The Jets at 31, and the Dolphins dead last at number 32. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete.
The pass.
The numbers in last week's contest for Ingram, he was pretty prophetic. He said before that game, I want to get in the end zone often. He got there 3 times.
Yeah, it's one thing to catch a lot of footballs. That is important, but it's what you do after the catch that can make you great. And he had a great game last week.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
At the 28-yard line.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Back to throw again. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they'll get this down to the 10. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Made by Eric Rowe.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
Wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and it's now a 7-0 game. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins now taking the field, led by the 5th overall pick back in April out of Alabama, quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
A pass there over the middle to start things out, and they're able to get this one across the 35.
A gain of 11.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Here's Raheem Mostert, the local product from right here in Florida. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he...
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now. That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Charles, a peek there at the Dolphins draft class for 2020. A lot of guys here that will wind up contributors, but this draft is ultimately going to come down to one question. Was Tua the right choice or not?
Well, that's how the game's played, isn't it? And remember, we talked about Tua possibly going to Miami for about a year prior to it actually happening. And Justin Herbert Jordan Love, two quarterbacks that were still on the board. Those are the guys he'll get compared to throughout his career. But I also like the two other first-round picks. Austin Jackson, offensive tackle at number 18. And how about the corner, Noah Igbenogany at number 30.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
He'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
They'll run on first down. It's Robinson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Jerome Baker, the Dolphins' leading tackler a season ago, tallies another one.
At their 48-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. And what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
At the 47-yard line.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Mostert. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Raheem Mostert.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 35.
A gain of 14.
The numbers for Hill a week ago. 4 catches, 64 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Tua now on first down. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more on that one and another first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Here's Mostert. And the Dolphins are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
At the 3-yard line.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. Those INTs all sting. When you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. It was Raekwon Davis with the tackle. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction. Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get his running game going.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Here's Hill on the return. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. The rookie Tua Tagovailoa and the rest of the Dolphins set to take over. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
First down, Dolphins.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Complete.
A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
The 10-yard line.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Tua to throw again.
To go.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Jason Sanders now for the extra point.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10. At their own
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
At the 24-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Robinson, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Jaguars on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And really a nice job there to make something out of that run. Sidestepping defenders for a pickup of 4.
Is on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
Complete to number 17. A gain of 14.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
From midfield, here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Jerome Baker there on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
At the 32-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. A slant to Jones. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. It's caught. Jones. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
That's good for another Jacksonville.
They run. Robinson. Gave a glimpse of his quick feet, but not a whole lot of space down at the 30.
Down at the 30-yard line.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Throw over the middle, taken in. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 15-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now left side on the swing pass. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. The quick slant caught. And the Jaguars are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James Robinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Lambo on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Miami set to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
16 yards. 1st down, Miami.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. He'll get this to his running back, Edmonds. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Tua. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Sanders now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Agnew on the return. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10. at their own.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finds his tight end, Ingram. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to our Tiburon Studios here in Orlando. We'll take a minute and look ahead at what's to come this weekend in week number 3. Some good games starting in the early window on Sunday, and one of the big ones features the New England Patriots, as that promises to be a tight one. Then, more good stuff to follow later in the afternoon. One good one being under the dome in Indy, where it'll be the Colts taking on the New York Jets. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded right around the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. 11 yards there, 1st down.
11 on the play.
When I see Mike Gesicki make a catch, I'm reminded of his athletic ability and go back to the time we were leading up to the draft and showing his career highlights, including high school volleyball, where it appeared he was almost jumping over the net. I expect him to continue to grow in 2020, start to make progress in 2019. 5 touchdown catches and 570 total yards.
That one complete to Hill, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Mostert. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Back at the 37.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Tua sets up to pass it. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down, Dolphins.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Taken down.
Devon Hamilton with the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Cedric Wilson.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And it's third down.
Now Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Robinson. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. The gun. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet. Get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. "36 yards on the punt with no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. This is Mostert. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Mostert, the ball carrier.
It seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Play action. Now it's Tua. Gets this one to Hill. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First and goal, Miami.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. The quick slant caught. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. You got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, the ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick-hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. It's kind of an interesting decision. 1-score game, 3rd quarter. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm willing to go out on the limb on this one and go for it. Here's why. If I set it up right now and go get the touchdown, I'm in firm control of this ball game, and my team has a ton of confidence. If I don't get it, hey, I rely on my defense. And if somehow they go downfield on me and score, so be it. I want to be in control and in firm control right now.
They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision. Let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
43's the mic. 43's the mic.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive, and that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Caught on the right side by Jones.
That's good. We're on Jaguars.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there, keeps the sticks moving.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
43's the mic. Go, go, go. 43 is the mic. 43. Check, check, 43.
2nd and 11. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami.
Complete.
Chase Edmonds, 30 yards. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
And he's got it up and through. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
5-yard line.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Man open down the middle of the field, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
That's good.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. A slant to Jones.
The pass.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
2nd and inches at the 48-yard line.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphin touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Jason Sanders to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. To return, here's Agnew. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the return, the Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It was Melvin Ingram that time who shot in to bring him down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Jason Sanders to kick off for
Now
Miami.
after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. To return, here's Agnew. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd and short.
Brings up 3rd down and 1.
throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Mostert, the ball
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 yards.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well. Because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam through the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, hello, my name is Mike.
And the Dolphins.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Mostert. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Mostert.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
35-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd.
Once again, it's Mostert. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
They'll run the draw with Mostert. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand.
14.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
To return, here's Agnew. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Open man right side is Ingram. 3 yards the gain there, second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one a first down pickup of 8. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Watch one.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete, and he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They'll look to throw now on first down. Finds the open target, Arnold. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
2nd and 6 at the 8-yard line.
This is caught. And the Jags are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback, but, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead, but at the same time, got it done. It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10.
The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
A carry there from Mostert as he's able to work his way forward for a pretty good pickup on first down. Officially a gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. Tonight's
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Miami, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.